Hi, welcome to Makeup University. I'm Cheryl Lynn. Thank you for joining me today. You probably can hear the air conditioner, the fish filter. I just heard the phone go off. Holy smokes. Hello. Hey, today is more than just a Monday. Today is actually in the United States Memorial Day. And this is a day set aside for remembering those who have fallen in battle, in war, who died serving this great country, the United States of America. So whereas you may see in the mainstream media that, oh, it's about a long 3-day weekend, it's quarantine life, who cares? Or that it's about pool parties, beach days, who doesn't love a beach day? Barbecues, actually, no. So 2 generations back, this was a very somber and important holiday, and it was about making paper poppies, red poppies, and visiting the cemetery and cleaning the graves and putting the poppies down. And I will put a link below to the history of the red poppy and why it symbolizes Memorial Day. You may see some veterans or some wearing that red poppy on their lapel, and it's very powerful and significant. And I'm gonna put a link to that below. And just for a Memorial Day greeting to all those who are family members, brothers, sisters, husbands, wives, children who had a loved one that died in service to the country. This is your Memorial Day, and I just say thank you so much for your service and your sacrifice. This is a day where the saying, all gave some and some gave all, really hits home. So I do hope you have a wonderful, safe, and enjoyable Memorial Day. Maybe you are getting out to the beach or with social distancing, wearing your mask. Maybe you're having a pool party and having friends and family over. Whatever you're doing to celebrate today, I just hope that you will have a moment and a pause and reflection and say thank you for those who have served the country. Huzzah. Okay. Next, this is meant to be a review of this. L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup. So if you look a few videos back, in quarantine life, there's no store to go to, and I like to go. I have a few foundations that I really like, but I just not able to do a $70 foundation right now. Really need to do like a drugstore, 20 and under, 15 maybe. This was $10 at 97 cents after tax, and I'm real stinking happy. So I already have it on here, and I'm gonna slop some on over here, and I need to have this check. You see that right there? How often do you check your skin for skin cancer? There's a really great chart. Oh, I should put that up too. Oh, and I just heard it. And it's a picture of a mole, and you're looking for discoloration, and if it has like a wavy edge around it, if it's raised, you just want to check your skin. And I have always lived, I'm talking a lot, let me talk and let my hands move. I'm gonna shake it up. I always shake up my foundations. The thing about skin cancer is it runs in my family, and I don't claim that, but I am always out in the sun. Always. Always. Did I say always? Always. There were a few short years in my childhood where those are called the Jimmy Carter years, where we lived in the Northwest and sun was hard to come by. But other than those few years, all these decades of living, it's always in the sun. I have lots of sun damage. And one time I was getting the super facial, and the facialist actually remarked, wow, you have freckles on your eyelids. No, I didn't slap her, but the point is I am always in the sun, to the point where, yeah, I don't put sunscreen on my eyelid, but when I take my makeup off, the eyelids are all freckled. Okay, so I bought this, and I want to say it's been my child is 15. It's been 15 to 16 years since True Match by L'Oreal did a mall tour, and it was a beautiful event, and I worked it as a makeup artist, and they just set up in the mall. Boy, quarantine life. Look, I'm still talking. Quarantine life, the mall, how is that going to survive afterwards? I have thoughts on that. We'll do it in another video. So I have a brush. I'm going to put a little bit on there. It has a really nice, I'm going to call it medium tone. Like I have a neutral. I have neutral 3, and you can see right there that it is a pretty dang close match. So all of this is on, and I just need to put this side on. Because I had to do a full face, because I already had a Zoom meeting, blah, blah, blah. There's that. Let me do a little bit more. I'm telling like 2 stories, aren't I? So I worked that True Match when it first came out, and I'm here to tell you, yeah, that was 16 years ago. And normally I put my foundation on with my fingers. I don't use a sponge, that whole beat your face thing, somebody else. Do the ear. Boy, I tell you, nothing sticks out on the TV, the broadcast, the YouTubes, whatever you got, like people who don't cover their ears. True Match mall tour was so much fun. Like, it was really long, hard work, but it was really fun because we had this beauty bay set up where any guest at the mall could walk into the event after signing away all their contact rights. Like, we had the right, like, nobody ever reads terms of service. I love it. I love a contract. And the people would come in and get a sample match and get a free bottle. And it was just a lot of fun, and just do like little beauty consultations. And I just, yes, I felt burnout at one point with doing makeup, but there was a time where I just lived for it. I just loved making faces, and that was one of those times. It was really good. So I was trying to find Boots number 7 Lift and Luminate Cool Beige Foundation. And I have noticed that I went to the CVS, and they have a lot of their foundations pulled because they don't want you testing them because you might get the virus. Tells me a lot about their sanitation practices. So then I went to the Walgreens, same thing. I'm done driving around. It is absolutely horrifying, no fun, stressful to go to the store here. You might as well just click to your heart's content on the Amazon, because it's trauma to go to the store. It's not fun anymore. My point is, yes, I did see this on the Amazon, but I just can't tell because the resolution of the monitor is different than the resolution of the photo uploaded to the site than what is in the bottle. And I had to go to the Walmart, and I'm already there, total trauma. My Walmart, because of how they force you to stand 6 feet apart, which by the way, nobody does. Everybody is hot. It's super hot here. They're trying to just get into the air conditioning, get into the store. And so what happens is the line comes out of the building, down the street, around the corner, up the hill, over and back. And I have passed it where the line was literally at the receiving dock. And I just kept driving. I'm like, we're just going to go hungry because I can't stop. I can't. But I had gone back like 30 minutes to closing, and the line was only like halfway down the block. And so I did get in, and it became a bit of a mad rush because obviously, like, I'm going to get like household things. And I was a little surprised. It was getting to be movie theater-ish, horror movie, where the people are anxious and you can just feel the energy of the line, anxious and pushing because they got to get in and get whatever the Walmart's selling. And I'm there too because I needed toilet paper. There wasn't any, dog food, dog cookie, fish pellet. And then I thought, I'm switching my dog to a different brand. I want to get the prescription, put her on the Royal Canine because she is a Royal Canine. I'm telling you a long story. It has nothing to do with makeup. And I can't edit these, so ta-da! Anywho, I ended up with this because I was at the Walmart and I was already there and I knew I needed foundation because I have meeting, travel, and I got to do all these things, and I bought this, and I was really pleasantly surprised. It was $9.97 at the Walmart, and I picked this instead of the True Match because I wanted something. It has really low SPF. It has a 20, and it's slightly buildable coverage. So now that I've like told 8 stories that have nothing to do with anything, let me build up the coverage. And when you're building, you guys know, let it set up between layers before you go and slap another one on. Y'all need to be praying that if this is cancerous, that it just goes away, because I don't want my face cut open. Okay, so long story short, L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup Broad Spectrum 20 in Neutral 3, N3 Natural Buff, right there. Can you read that backwards? And it was just over oh no, it's 1 ounce. So 1 ounce for $10 versus a half ounce. You know, I love Oxygenetics, but it was a half ounce for $65 plus tax. By the time it gets to me, it's $70. And I just can't do it in my quarantine life. So long story short, whoa, and this video got long. Look at the time. Sorry, I'm sorry. I really like it. And I'm sitting right by the light of the window. So this is natural color. And so this side has a little bit of bronzer on, but when you look at the rest of the face, it's a medium coverage, and I could put another layer on if I wanted to. I could add tinted powder, but I honestly will just put on my other purchase from the Walmart. I got the e.l.f. HD powder for $6 instead of buying Dermablend for $30. And quarantine life has really taught me how to re-budget my beauty budget because something had to give. Anywho, long story short, this video got long. Happy Memorial Day to you. Thank you for your service. I could honestly say for $10, and by the way, this was $15.97 at CVS. So if that affects where you shop, if you have all that, like the toilet paper roll version of CVS receipt, and you get a discount on this, great. But this exact same bottle was $15.97 at the CVS, and I was there a few days before I got to the Walmart, and I just was so flustered. I couldn't find boots, and I didn't want to buy boots off the Amazon because what if I couldn't return it, and what if it wasn't right? I just really need to, and yeah, I did. There was no testers in the Walmart, and I just cracked that silk it over, and I wiped it on my arm, and like, this is the one. But what if I didn't know it was the one? And I felt like for all the beauty companies that are like, we can't do samples. Yes, you can. People could do one pump out, or even if somebody had gloves on and you put the one pump on a disposable cotton round and then you wiped on that. I mean, there's definitely ways to do it. I just, blah. Anywho, I love it. If you are looking for a quarantine foundation, I think you will like this. Oh, and I remember what the whole point of telling you the mall story. L'Oreal does an excellent job of breaking this down to warm, neutral, cool. When you look at the back of your hand and you're seeing the veins, you're looking for your undertones. So I'm kind of yellow, and you might be kind of pink blue. You're cool. And if you're like, I don't know which one to pick, get the neutral. And I swear, like the super pale girls, those with skin the color of milk, you're almost always a cool. The ethnic types, you tend to be the warms. Anybody walking the line in the middle and you just don't know cool or warm, get the neutral. And L'Oreal, by the way, not sponsored. I bought it. I decided I wanted that one. L'Oreal does a really good job of breaking down their foundations that way. I don't know of any other lines that do it that way, but cool, warm, neutral, can't decide, get the neutral. Good times. Oh, this got super long. Sorry, guys. Okay. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. To all of the new subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, especially as the channel is just like a glitter explosion. Let's do the Wine Wednesday. We just did a a car video, still doing some makeup review. Stay tuned because the next video is a review. I got sent an amazing product. I can hardly wait to talk to you guys about it. So thank you if you subscribed. I appreciate you being here on the journey. And in the next couple weeks, we're really going to tackle in developing the product for the films I have coming out, because total sideways. Did you see Jeffree Star? I'm a fan. I like Jeffree. He says, hi, how are ya? And he had the cremated palette, and it's a beautiful gray tone palette. And I watched Nikki tutorials. That girl is strong. I totally felt his heart when he was talking about, I have been working on this color story for months. This had a window to be released, and I didn't know there was a pandemic coming, but this was already created. And it's already made, and the time and the money is already invested, and you just get to the point where he talked about spoilage. He is so right that either it's going to go or he's going to take a major loss. And snaps to you, Jeffree, because I agree it was better to release it and receive that backlash than to let the whole thing be a wash. And I'm telling you, kids, that palette going forward, you should snap it up right now. I don't have it, but I'm encouraging you, snap it up, because I'm telling you, it is going to be holiday photo time before you know it. And it is also going to be, somebody somewhere is going to celebrate Halloween some way. And I looked at that palette and I thought, there are so many horror looks in this palette because of the grayscale, the black to white, the shimmer, the semi-matte, the glitter. Oh, so we have been pushing back, developing the lip products that coordinate with characters in the stories that are going to come out in a holiday line. Because even now we're like, wow, we're developing lip products and everybody's wearing a mask. You can't even see the lips. Jeffree Star, I am right there with you. And there's already been all this development, time, money invested, and I'm at this point where I'm like, still going to press forward with it. But we can talk about that in another video. This got so long. I said all that to say thank you to the subscribers. I better go have another cup of coffee, huh? Mwah! I'm Cheryl Lynn. This is Makeup University. And remember, you look